United Grind Society presents The Turntable, where we discuss everything relevant to hip-hop. I'm your host, Haiku, and I'm here with some of my favorite quarantine peoples. Yet, once again, we got Jinx from United Grind. We got my man, Siege from E.com. We got Garbs Infinite in the house. We also have my man,
literally.
Speed. Yo. And last but not least, we have my man Speed from Rhyme Royal. What's going on, people?
What up?
Good. All right. So today we got a really good subject, a good topic. Today's topic is pandemic's effect on hip hop. The pandemic has affected all of our lives. As you can see, we usually have this meeting sitting around a table, if you will, all in the presence of each other. But since the pandemic is here, we're practicing safe distancing and whatnot. We've got to do it this way. So that's the effect it's had on this show, but obviously it's had effect on everyone's lives. And music is one of those parts, right? So what is pandemic's effect on hip hop? And I really want to
making mad beats, yo.
Yes.
Change the game.
You and everybody else.
True.
Man, let me start real quick, cause
go ahead.
Like I think a couple of y'all, man.
You didn't raise your hand.
No, but like early on, before stuff even really got bad, I found out that I had some exposure. So I had to like my job made me stay home, and I was like self-quarantining and the whole nine, like right out the gate. And my 14 days and all that stuff passed. I know Siege and Haiku are aware of my paranoia in the moment, but that joint did a number on me. Even though, you know, I'm good, and aside from the anxiety and stuff going through that, it ruined my ability to do pretty much anything, any of that creative stuff, all that stuff. You know, you would think that you get time to chill in the lab, think, all that, you know, stuff, and it just ruined it for me. So I'm just not starting to get back to the point where, you know, I'm thinking in that functional kind of way like that. Like, all right, let me get this verse done. Let me get this, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, I was playing. I mean, I'm not a producer, nothing like that, but I have been fucking around with beats just on some board shit. But, you know what I'm saying, with, you know, me personally, you know what I'm saying, it definitely put the stick in my spokes. We had a lot of shit lined up, you know what I'm saying? You know, show in DC and New York next month. We had, you know, we was trying to get ready for South by Southwest. They obviously said, fuck that, stay home. So, you know what I'm saying? I can speak for a lot. Yeah, and rightfully so. But, you know what I'm saying, just like a lot of rappers and, you know what I'm saying, entertainers that was looking forward to hitting the road and making money and, you know what I'm saying, shit definitely fucked shit up.
See, what do you got to say about the subject?
I mean, I was just jumping off of what Jinx said. You could tell it affected because even for us to do this show, when we talked about doing the show, Jinx was like, are y'all in the mind frame to really do that? Because I'm not feeling, you know what I'm saying? Jinx was letting us know off rip. He wasn't really feeling, but I'm glad that we are doing it because it takes your mind elsewhere for a little bit. Takes some of the anxiety that Speed was talking about away for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
and hopefully people watching this, it does that for them.
Well, I wanted to roll out a whole, I got you. I wanted to roll out, you know what I'm saying, with Garbs joining the cast and all that shit. I wanted to roll out like a whole promo and, you know what I'm saying, I want to make it somewhat of a big deal and up the production value and all that shit. All that shit got thrown.
Yep.
Well, you know what? Everything happens for a reason. So me personally, you know, I am in a way kind of a prepper. So I was preparing for this type of thing to actually.
A hoarder?
When I was, no, I'm not a hoarder. No. No.
Oh, you got the doomsday?
That's exactly what the hoarder was saying. No, not me.
What I'm saying is that just mentally prepared for this thing to happen once I was noticing everything that was going on in other countries. So me personally, like, yeah, it has affected me. Just, y'all know I'm in marketing and promotions on a career level. Like, it literally just canceled my, like, a couple months just flat out. So that changes a lot, added a lot of time to my day. But, me personally, I made a declaration myself is like, okay, if I can't do what I normally do, I'm still going to be active. I'm still going to keep my mind straight. I've been working out. I've lost 20 pounds in the past month, eating healthier, working out, trying to be creative, trying to enhance my knowledge on a lot of different subjects. So I think that it's really, really necessary that we are doing this day.
You knew the whole time, huh? You knew the whole time. I said you knew the whole time it was about to happen.
I felt that.
Pandemic records.
I'm not even going to front and act.
Pandemic records.
That's right.
That's right.
Right.
I was waiting for somebody to say it.
Yeah.
That's why I said pandemic changed the game.
So let me
I knew this years ago, a decade ago.
So let me ask this, right? If we all take it away from, because, I want to recognize Speed's point and what he said and being in the right mindset, right, to actually be creative. Let's assume that people are in that mindset to be creative, right? Let's assume that were the case. If that's the case, then has the pandemic changed the way that artists are dealing with their fans?
Yes.
Has it changed that part? And if so, can we talk about that? Because I know that we've all been noticing a lot of barriers being eliminated from the artists and the fans. We've witnessed it. C, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, Royce the 5'9" was probably the first person I saw talk about it. And he talked about it the Monday after that weekend where all the DJs were doing what they were doing. And Royce was like, in his post, he said, wow, so this is what it's like when you take the record labels away and just leave the music. He said, what we're witnessing right now is what it could be. Yeah, right. Exactly. He said, if you notice what people are really listening to, what they're gravitating to, what they're talking about, it's not necessarily what the record label has been telling you you're supposed to like. And he said, you're seeing what it should look like if you were able to take those barriers out the way. Jinx.
I don't believe that.
Shut up.
You know what it is?
What's that?
It's a lot of 30 and up golden era hip hop heads with time on their hands right now. That's all that shit is.
That's a good thing.
That's all that is. All it is.
You don't think they
otherwise would have their ass at work.
Say it again.
I said a lot of cats that would otherwise have their asses at work or doing something with their kids or some shit like that, having time to be like, oh, what's out? What's going on? What's new? What's popping?
You don't think the exposure structure would look different right now? Let's say
what the labels have to do with it?
The three people that's doing the most as far as like social media right now is D Nice, Quest, and Ninth Wonder. If you look at the way they're extending themselves to the fan base right now, you don't think that would look different if there was a mediator like a record label or expectations as far as like because Questlove would be on TV doing something, but he wouldn't be doing what he's doing now for damn sure.
You know,
yeah.
Oh, I don't know because I don't fuck with none of them niggas. But overall, I know a lot of people utilize social media to reach their fans and do different things. Like that's not nothing new. I think it's just new that so many people can pay attention to it now. You know what I'm saying? Or so many people have the time during the day to pay attention to it. Whereas it might not necessarily have been the numbers going into D Nice's live stream, you know what I'm saying, on any other day. I'm sure that nigga live streamed some shit before.
But what people are listening to, what people are saying sounds good, what people are releasing songs that wasn't released before, and they don't sound like what you might hear normally. It's definitely a difference.
It's not
Possibly, man.
And the thing is that I would say is that one thing that I've noticed, if you log on to Instagram even right now, you will notice more people going live with other people as well than, at least from what I've ever seen before, on a consistent basis. So I do think that it changes things a lot, because it's about the music, and it's about people actually being fans of people and taking the time that they have to see what's going on and see what they're broadcasting. Like Willie D doing interviews live on his Instagram and all that. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday or the day before, he was interviewing D-Nice, and he's interviewed a bunch of people. I do think that is changing the backdrop, and it's changing what people are going to pay attention to, and who people are going to be paying attention to during this whole crisis.
So let's take it back. Let's take it back real quick, because you mentioned something about the 30 and up folks and what they're and how they pay attention to hip hop. They now are actually paying attention. One thing that this pandemic has definitely done is made sure everybody takes a step back from their busy lives and just reflect. Cats are constantly looking for escape one way or another, whether it's at the bar, or at the club, or doing something else, just staying busy. This makes you make a hard pause. And the older I get, it seems like the busier we get, just with family and things like that, right? But one thing that this definitely did was, I can tell you that there are a lot of people that love hip hop that are 35, 40 and up, and cannot make their way out to the club to actually support, or don't want to deal with typical clubs when they go to a club, right? And D-Nice, to me, what he did is he actually brought the club to your house. He brought the club to your house, and actually you're listening to, like, man, that's a good set, and people are actually enjoying that type of stuff. And that's not everybody, but I'm talking about, a lot of people had that feeling. It's like, man, I thought that was great. I thought that was awesome. I think there are a lot of layers that have been deleted, and I think the other thing too is that you're right in one aspect. Well, the people that have been doing live streams for a long time. I think that the competition between paying attention to somebody's live stream and everything else you got going on during the day. I think it was too great to have the kind of numbers that D-Nice is actually having right now. Speed, what you got to say about that?
I think everything everybody's saying is true, including what Jinx said. I think there is a difference now. I think the difference is, like, okay, so you have all these artists like, say, John Legend did this little home show. There's no way that somebody of that magnitude in the music industry would be like, let me put my coffee down next to my piano and give y'all a 45-minute show of me just singing at a piano. No, his people would be like, it's got to be at, the House of Blues or something, and it's got to be this big, and we got to have these lights. And it's a production for people like that. I think one of the layers that Haiku is talking about is that layer of the production is taken away, and now everything is way more personalized now. So not only that, but like if you're sitting in a chat with like D-Nice doing his DJing, and then Michelle Obama comes scrolling by talking about D-Nice is getting it, all that kind of stuff. It's like it personalizes the music experience a lot more than we ever probably would have gotten without this. Because when you think about music and the stuff that you're doing, the things you're getting from artists with music is always kind of arm's length. I mean, social media kind of bridged that gap with like Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that. But artists performing and artists doing what they do and artists just interacting with their fans and stuff like that, it definitely walls falling down now. And the good thing is, like, I really don't see how you can go back and pretend like this didn't happen afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it's now going to go back to relying a lot more on skill other than the big production and all that, because like when you seeing people spin live, there's no takebacks, there's no editing, there's no anything. Like, you seeing everything live, and if they actually have skill, if they actually can sing, if they actually can rap, if they actually can perform without all the other shit that goes into these performances when they're on stage at a show.
Yeah, I want to real quick just kind of shift gears a little bit, and from the perspective, I don't know if y'all consider yourselves active right now as far as artistry is concerned, but what should like an artist or new artist be doing at this time, like to take advantage of what's going on in the time? Like what should they be engaging in? What should they, make sure that they walk away with at the end of this quarantine? So
Garbs.
I think that first and foremost is just making sure you stay creative and stay active and don't allow yourself to go crazy due to the fact that you can't necessarily leave the house or go to a club, go to an event. Stay creative. Also collaborate with people, build with other people. I think that what's going to end up happening within the next month is there's going to be a lot of different collaborations that would never actually happen if this whole situation wouldn't have become our reality right now. I think that artists are going to be doing a lot more collaborations with independent people. I think that some artists are going to be like, oh, wow, they're going to discover the importance of being independent and having control over their career and having control over their social media and what they put out into the public.
See, what you got to say on that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Just to piggyback off of it, I think it's the perfect time to do what you didn't have time to do before or you weren't able to do before. Let me give an example of that. When I got laid off about a decade ago, I had all the free time in the world, and I had a nice severance package. So I had like a year that I could just chill and do what I really wanted to do. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna start doing all the things that I said I can't do till later until I have free time. I learned how to golf, realized I loved it. I wrote a movie script. I did all the things that I didn't have time to do before. And I think as artists, they should do that. Do the project that maybe your label wouldn't let you do. Do the collaboration that people might not have thought that you would have liked to have done. Do that song that you knew probably wasn't going to get clearance, but you've always wanted to do it. This is the perfect time to do all those things that you didn't have a chance to do before.
And to piggyback on that, if, and just to kind of tie it back into what Speed had said, right? If you're in a situation where you've got exposure or you're just not in the right mindset to be creative, I think there's a lot of times when we talk about being creative, you have to be in a certain mindset. The very least that you can do, and I'm actually giving props to Garbs here. It was a post he put up on Facebook, was about at least learn something, right? At least learn something. Take advantage of the time. There will never, in all my years, I've never seen a time like this. We've never had a time like this in the country or in the world. This is a time to learn in the very, very least. But if you have opportunity to do, to be creative, then create.
Let me say this real quick.
Yeah.
There's a flip side to that. So when I was laid off and I planned to be off for a whole year, it didn't turn out that way. But I realized, because I remember when my father retired, he said he got so bored, he got another job. And I said, you crazy. That doesn't make any sense. Well, as I started, I would get up, I would start writing. I would go practice golf, at lunchtime, come back, do some more writing. I had a schedule, and it was boom, boom, boom. For the first month, it was lovely. After that first month, it was like, you know what? I don't really have to get up this morning because, I ain't got to. You know what? I'm going to skip practice this afternoon. And you can get stuck into a rut. And we really have all the time in the world. So you almost have to schedule things because you can lose motivation real easy because you always got tomorrow. You can't. Yeah. That's not a way to operate and be productive.
Yeah. I would say, musically, just bang out what you can, you know what I'm saying? Concepts. If you can record, if you record from the crib or whatever the case may be, start lining shit up and don't necessarily just put it all out there, but save some of that ammo going into 2021 where I'm pretty sure that the tour circuit is going to be ridiculous. I'm pretty sure that people are going to be clamoring to do shit and to get out the house. And during that time, if you know, get your, line your beam, get your shit lined in a row, you know what I'm saying? You can take advantage of that, possibly hit the road and make good on some of that art.
I agree.
Yep.
One tip that I would give to people, is what I do. I think I was talking to you guys earlier. I don't remember us recording, but I try to treat my life like a run of show. I treat my life like it was an event that I was putting on. And when I say that is, I got the yellow pad, every single morning, or depending on how I feel, I may do it the night before, is I create a list of things that I want to accomplish, things that I want to do. And it's more important than ever that I'm doing this and that I've already put myself into the habit of doing this even before this time frame, because it's second nature now. And right now, if I stick to the schedule, or even if I jump around a little bit with things that I want to accomplish, I can do it, because I feel like I've accomplished something at the end of the day when I'm looking and I list 20 different things that I checked off of my list that I wanted to do on the day. So that's one tip that I would give to people that are watching this at home.
So with all that being said, I think it's always important to end the day accomplishing, what you set out to accomplish. I do the same thing, Garbs. And I think what we've done in the last couple of minutes is hopefully help you guys accomplish, those viewers watching, accomplish, taking your minds away from the pandemic and putting it towards something else. Hopefully we gave you a couple of ideas. If you have an idea on what the pandemic's effect will be on hip hop or on life as we know it, please, we'd like to hear from you. Jinx, you know what to say. What do we always say at this time?
Like, comment,
subscribe.
That's it. Like, comment, or subscribe. We love it.
Everybody stay safe out there.
Stay safe.
No doubt.
Yeah.